Got two cameras going. You guys, so Christian pacifism needs to get its ass kicked. You guys want to hear a crazy story? I guess crazy. So, God works in mysterious ways. I got confirmation from the Lord that you guys and me who don't like the Zionist Epstein aristocrats taking over the world and telling us what to do and getting away with touching kids. Like, you guys are being crusaders and you're fighting the good fight of faith. Because I was at the gym yesterday. Don't worry, all this buffness only attracts fat chicks and gays, not even fat chicks anymore. And so I'm at the gym and I'm thinking, as I'm using the toilet, I'm like, I should probably just stop what I'm doing with my channel and just be normal and shit. Then I go to the sauna and there's this dude there, right? There's chicks, it's co-ed sauna and stuff. And dude, we start talking about random shit. And then it gets on the topic of like politics or religion. And this other guy, dude, he's a Catholic apologist. I'm like, oh shit, man, fucking A, That's almost like right up my alley, dude. That's the shit that I'm doing on my little freaking channel, man. I was talking about how we need to kill these fucking chomos. We need to end Zionism. We need to avenge the kids that got touched on Epstein Island and whatnot. And he's like trying to say shit about how I must not be a Christian because you got to turn the other cheek and stuff, right? That Jesus wouldn't do that, right? And then I'm like, what in the fucking hell? And then we're going back and forth between Bible verses. And he's basically Jesus is a pacifist. And we need to love our enemies. And we need to be cucks. And we need to be bitches. And we just need to turn the other cheek and look the other way when kids are getting touched on Epstein Island. When everybody is cucking out to Zionist agenda, dropping phosphorus bombs on little Arab girls, and then trying to work out a worldwide agenda to try to end all our sovereign rights and stuff like that and get us on that, what that called, technocratic, dystopian, apocalyptic, mark of the beast type of digital currency contingent on your political correctness and your proper affiliation with the Zionist Talmuds. And then I'm going on about how the Talmud is a lot worse than Old Testament stuff, that the Talmud is straight up like advocating that non-goyams can touch kids in horrific ways even under the age of 3. And then you gotta kill the kid because it made the Talmud fucker sin. And I'm like, dude, where I'm arguing about how in the Old Testament, like, atheists are gonna try to say it's the same shit. And hell no, it's not. Because in Bible times, even in medieval times, you were an adult at like age 12 and 13. So Moses laid down some laws about how, like, if you pop some chick's cherry and you're not finna marry that shit, you gotta pay her dad some money, dude, because you just ruined her virtue and shit like that. And, of course, like anti-adultery laws and a lot of things that Moses wrote down don't seem very American, but they are definitely not about killing and touching underage 3 goyams and shit, man. What the living fuck, right? So he wants to try to throw this shit in the same hat, and he's all like, oh, if you really believed in Jesus, you wouldn't wish hell upon your worst enemy, and if you really believe in Jesus, you know that they'll get the just rewards in the afterlife. I'm like, man, by that fucking modality of thinking, you just handed the atheists a win in the debate column, because they're gonna be like, well, it's the same Jesus that let these kids get fucking touched and killed in the first place. And I'm trying to argue, like, dude, your kind of shit puts people in gulags, man. Like, you can pray to God for the forgiveness to love your enemies while you're in a FEMA camp. You know, like, guys, what I'm getting at is during like the Bolshevik Revolution, right? I'm assuming this guy knows history. It's cool if you don't. I'm giving you the gist. The Bolshevik Revolution, they put a lot of Christians and they put a lot of anti-communists in gulags, which is basically like concentration camps. And, you know, Hitler did the same to certain demographics of people. And then these people were like saying things like, oh, how we burned in the camps, meaning like with regret. They burned with regret that they didn't meet the Gestapo, they didn't meet the freaking, the whatever the communist Gestapo was, with like pitchforks and fucking sticks and knives and shit, man. They just let their shit get overran. And if we keep cucking out to these politicians that keep encroaching more and more of our rights away, right? You're going to slip up. You're not going to pay something on time. You're going to say the wrong thing. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you follow this, man, but like all the conspiracy theorists are getting proved more and more right every day. I mean, holy God, dude, they just admitted there's aliens and interdimensional beings and bull crap. And we don't even care anymore because we're so fixated on how do I just pay gas and groceries, man, you know? And then this dude, okay, the Catholic dude, he's supposedly a Catholic apologist, right? I don't even claim to be that, dude, right? And so he's sitting there in the sauna in the gym and he's spouting all this pacifistic cuckery. I don't think I need to even argue. If you have testosterone in your body, if you're like even if you don't, if you're like a mother or a father and you have kids and shit, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with me, especially if you stay tuned. So ironically, this dude, manly ass looking dude, comes in the sauna and he happens to sit right by this fucking pacifistic cuck ass motherfucker, right? This dude looks like he should have been a part of the Wyatts on WWE. He looks like some bearded, long hair. Jesus got fat and did steroids and did sumo wrestling and got tattoos. And he just looks like a cool fucking biker dude, man, but young, you know? And so the other dude who's not a biker dude, he's the cuck dude, claiming to be some kind of Christian apologist. When he's listening to me, he's got some very, very effeminate, like, idiosyncrasies. Like, he'd be sitting there like, he's literally listening to me with this posture like this. Like, I'm kind of like, right? What the, okay, like, you have a right to be gay, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? Like, okay, you're supposed to be a Christian, and like, wow, your body language is really finna mix up with your doctrine of pacificity and cuckery and whatnot. Then he's bringing up more shit about how we need to be cucks and like turn the cheek and shit. And I was iterating how like Jesus took a whip and started whooping some Pharisees' ass in the temple. And, stuff like Jesus said, sell your coat and buy a sword. And then he's all like, he's talking about the peace of God and shit. Like, oh, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives, some shit. I'm like, oh, yeah. So you can also conjecture, Jesus also said, he's all like, Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace. I came to bring a sword. And then the supposed Catholic apologist with his effeminate idiosyncrasies, he's like, that's in the, he don't talk like that. He's like, that's in the Gnostic gospel. That's not in the Bible. So I straight up went outside the sauna and I fetched them that phone, because there's 2 phones right now. And I was like, Siri, show me the Bible verse where Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace. I came to bring them a sword and what? No. And then Siri obliged, it's Matthew 10:34. And I was like, dude, that's not the Gnostic Gospels. That's in the book of Matthew. I told you I was right. What the fuck, dude? And then he didn't really have nothing else to say other than he's bitching about how we just need to turn the other cheek and look the other way when Epstein's and other chomos that like Epstein's and other Talmuds that want to F Goyim kids just run amok and screw us out of our constitutional rights and make the economy horrible and get us to all cuck out and die and get drafted into World War III for Israel and all those kind of things that I've been preaching on my channel, right? And then he finally up and left. And then this is how the confirmation of the Lord told me that we is fighting the good fight and what no. Cause like the other dude, right? The other dude who looks like a biker, like Jesus, sumo wrestling tattooed biker Jesus, dude. Fat dude that should have been in the Wyatts on WWE and shit. And he goes, I don't even fuck with that shit, dude. I'm like, here we go, man. An atheist talking about how they don't want to get involved with religion or politics. Nah, dude, he ended up being the coolest guy. He told me that he sat next to this fucking cuck, the supposed Catholic apologist, because that dude once upon a time stole his girlfriend. And he's trying to like make it uncomfortable and be like, what's up, punk? Like that. He was trying to make that guy scared. I wouldn't blame him, dude, because this dude, biker sumo wrestling Jesus, he's like 300 pounds, right? Me, I'm just poor. That's why I'm ripped and cut. The other dude, he's ripped and cut because he's a simp ass, right? He's gonna get his ass kicked. And then, lo and behold, right, the whole conversation started with me talking about martial arts and whatnot. I do them the martial arts, right? And then, like, you could look at my videos. That's a different topic, right? So, this dude, the skinny simp-ass cuck dude, he's obviously a sociopath. He's, like, collecting data and shit. So, he told me that they used to both do jiu-jitsu, right? The Wyatt-looking guy, biker sumo wrestling Jesus. And then the fucking weird-ass dude who says he's a Catholic apologist, says you gotta turn the cheek and shit. So, he told the biker Jesus telling me that dude stole his girlfriend once upon a time, and they used to go to jiu-jitsu class together, and then that guy's a piece of shit, right? He's like a girlfriend stealer. That dude was like ripped and cut, all pretty boy and shit, man, you know? So that, I don't know, it's just I'm always saying, man, real men stand and kickbox. They don't hump each other on the floor. But a biker wrestling, sumo wrestling Jesus does jiu-jitsu, I'm not going to argue with that. And so, what's it called? So that guy's a simp-ass girlfriend stealer, and he does these things when I'm talking about how we need to whoop some ass for Jesus, right? He does that, not the biker guy, the simp dude that steals girlfriends. As he's listening to me give my diatribe, he's doing all these things like what fucking man sits like that, dude? And then he told me, the biker Jesus guy, the biker sumo wrestling tattooed looking Jesus guy, he's like that dude, he coaches something, dude. I don't know. I forgot. Like volleyball or baseball or martial art. I don't know. But the dude who's talking about how we need to just turn the other cheek and let Epstein run amok on kids and shit and whatnot. So like that dude, the pretty boy pacifist, right? So he's in charge of kids, dude. And so like biker Rasuma arrested Jesus. He's like, what if one of those kids went up to him and was like, hey man, I got touched by some adult, blah, 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 blah. What are you gonna do? Like, are you just gonna go, oh, well, we'll just wait for Jesus in the afterlife to do something about that? What the fuck? What in the stupid mother goddamn fuck, dude? So like, and then me and biker sumo wrestling tattooed Jesus, we're vibing and shit, man. And we're talking about, yeah, dude, fucking as Westerners, it doesn't matter if you're atheist or Christian or whatever. And like, we need to go whoop this ass, dude. And then we're talking about how we're got on the subject of religion. And I was like, God damn, the Orthodox Church, which is like the most Chad and manly form of Christianity, they're not very nationalistic, man. I've even heard some of them say this shit like, oh, vengeance is the Lord's. Like, dude, why are you gonna kill it, man? And then like the Catholic Church, Vatican II, I'm not talking about see, that's why we need to convert to Mel Gibsonism. Whatever, if you're a Christian, be whatever church Mel Gibson is in. Cause Mel Gibson would kill those motherfuckers, dude. So like, am I allowed to say kill on YouTube? So fucking, see what I mean? We're all cucked as fuck, dude. So then you got them there, the Vatican II Catholic Church. They're pacifist as fuck, dude. All right. So they're pacifist as fuck. The Orthodox Church don't give a shit about anything nationalistic. They just have their own corner in the remote parts of some city, and it's like Greek Orthodoxy or Arabian Orthodoxy or Egyptian Coptic. They're like a group of ethnic people that just have their own church, and they don't get involved in American politics, right? The Catholic Church is obviously not going to help us kill these Epstein fuckers, right? And then the Protestant Church, they're pro-Zionist. They think the fucking Zionist, the Talmudic fuckers, they can't do anything wrong. So what my channel is about is we as American patriotic men, it's up to us. It's up to us. I've already argued how Jesus wants us to whoop their ass. I argued how St. Paul wants us to whoop their ass. Them's is the synagogue of Satan, and they always is going to instigate Caesar, the government, to whoop your ass. Either directly from eventually arresting people for anti-Zionism shit, or directly by getting your kids, or if you is a youngster, they're gonna draft you into World War III apocalypse, all for stupid ass little Israel that shouldn't even belong in Palestine. They got their own little part of the country out of nowhere. JFK even was like, what the fuck? He got clapped. And they're killing all the other Palestinians. I've been directing all yuns folks that they is Ashkenazi Europeans. They ain't even quote unquote Semitic. That was on the Hodge Twins channel with Dan Bilzerian, right? I've been showing all the yuns, red pilling all the yuns on all these channels you should check out, and while we is all going to die for old fucking Israel, man. What the fuck? So like Christian pacifism and Zionism, yuns need to get your ass fucking kicked. And I is telling all you badass other American men that give a fuck, that you is on the right track of giving a fuck. I got confirmation because that shit don't just happen every day. I got confirmation that Weezins is doing the Lord's work, dude. I'm getting bit by fucking stupid shit. Ow! Fucking goddamn it, man. Fucking stupid Beelzebub ass Lord of the Flies motherfucks, dude. So, you see what I'm going with? Like, I don't just run into so-called self-proclaimed Catholic apologist and biker Jesus, and that happened right after I was thinking about quitting my little pseudo ministry. Fuck, man. I'm getting eaten alive. I don't like the desert, dude. So keep on fighting the good fight. Don't be a pacifistic cuck ass bitch. I'm sure all the yuns that have kids agree with me. I'm not trying to get clout. I don't care about being likable. I'm not virtue signaling. I'm not taking shit and being told what to do and losing my rights and paying more for oil for these stupid fucks that touch kids, dude. Like beating up chomos and torturing chesters. Eventually, when we overthrow the government, that's just a plus. That's just dessert. I started giving a shit because what the fuck, dude? We're being told what to do by sick ass fucking stupid fucks, dude. And then, yeah, me and the Wyatt dude, you know, biker Jesus, I gotta go. I gotta go, y'all. My auntie's calling me. I gotta go.